All right, so everybody. Copeland.
Okay. Feel kind of like a fat beer in the headlights. My wife made me write a speech, and she says I have to read a poem. So, here goes. Hopefully I don't pass out. First, thanks everybody for coming. Thanks a lot. It's great to see that this many people care about a 320-pound guy that wants to walk across America. Yeah! It's for a good cause. All the proceeds that are left when I'm done with the walk go straight to N22. They're a nonprofit charity, and they're based out of Virginia Beach. They actively seek out suicidal veterans and use those donations to get them private help because the VA sucks ass. Yeah.
First thing you gotta do is get some good shoes.
Yeah. I want to tell you a little bit about my story that led me to all of this. I joined the Navy because I'm a pacifist. And I didn't want to kick indoors and shoot at people and blow stuff up and sit in the desert and all of the stuff that goes along with the typical soldier career. But I made two mistakes that could also be considered overachieving. The first thing I did was I was top of my class in RA school and got bumped up 3 ranks. So I'm from E1 to E4, which is a non-commissioned officer in the Navy. And got pretty much voluntold for everything from that point on. The second thing I did was I scored expert with every weapon they put in my hand, which just came naturally because I grew up here in Jonestown. Other than that, those two things put you on a list that I didn't even know I was on, that ended up putting me on every experimental little gimmick that our battalion decided to do. They're like, hey, this guy's smart and he can shoot, let's throw him in the mix. And I ended up going to Iraq and sitting there in a materials warehouse doing inventory, which was awesome, in the rear with the gear. And my chief came up to me one day and he said, Joe, or actually he said, Copeland, you have a perfect record at the range the last time you went. I said, yeah, Chief, I do. He's like, okay, you're going to be a guardian angel. I was like, fantastic, cool. What's that? It means you're going to go across the other side of Iraq and you're going to train with Marine snipers for 6 weeks. Okay, Chief, do I have to, Chief? Yes, you do. So I spent 6 weeks being told how to shoot, hide, dig holes, run like a sniper. Same 6 weeks being yelled at that I was not a sniper, I never would be a sniper, and I better not tell people I'm a sniper. So I ended up doing, I became the head material liaison, because the CBs, I skipped that part, I was a CB, which means we built stuff, construction battalion. So I became the head material liaison, which meant I was the only vehicle on our base in Fallujah that didn't have to live up to the standard of 3 vehicles per convoy minimum. So it was just me and my 50 cal gunner and a trailer on the back of the Humvee running material convoys back and forth from base to downtown Fallujah, which sucks. It's really, really nerve-wracking, to say the least. And as far as that goes, that's about all I want to talk about that, because I don't really want to go into what led to my diagnosis. No, I'm not nervous or anything. Yeah. Let's see. The ratio right now for veteran suicide compared to active duty dying in combat is 10 to 1. There's 10 times as many veterans committing suicide as dying in combat. So if you go back and look at the numbers through 2012 and prior back to 2005 when we first crossed the border, the numbers are just staggering. It's completely unbelievable that many veterans committed suicide once they came home compared to the few thousand that died over there. 22 veterans on average. That number has actually come down a little bit due to the efforts of other organizations. 22 veterans commit suicide every day. That's about one every 65 minutes or so. It's just a terrible epidemic. The VA doesn't do much. There's been several veterans that have actually gone in for help and have been evaluated and turned away because they weren't at risk enough. And some of those veterans go home and shoot themselves. 2 of them went back to the VA and shot themselves at the VA to show, hey, I was serious. So that just kind of brings me to why I'm doing this. If I'm reading off of this, I apologize. My memory and all that stuff. I don't know how to fix it. Facebook is real good for getting the word out. You know, it goes viral instantly. You're always seeing stuff about veterans on Facebook. The problem with it is it gets you to care long enough to click like, maybe do a little blurb about how your uncle was in the military, and then scroll down. And if you've done that, don't feel guilty in any way. I've done it a million times. It just finally, the last few years, it just became the straw that broke the camel's back, and I felt I had to do something. Combined with the fact that, you know, I'm morbidly obese and just got diagnosed with diabetes, it was time to do something active. And you know, I'm not going to say I'm not a smart guy, but I don't know how to fix it. So this way, me walking, me giving you guys somebody to follow on the internet, I can be your ambassador to this epidemic. You can watch me. It gives you a face to look at. It gives you a person to care about, an individual to care about. And you can follow me through my journey of seeing all these beautiful places, meeting all these people, helping out any veterans along the way that I can. And to me, I couldn't think of anything better that I personally could do than just try to get other people aware. Maybe some scientist genius somewhere will care enough from watching me. Maybe I'll inspire somebody who has the money and the resources to actually do something that helps. I've got, from here on the 11th, we're going to go up to Washington, D.C. I've got a sponsor up there, Lead Bicycle Solutions. They invented the honey badger wheel. And it's a one-wheel cart that I'm going to be using, and it carries all my weight, so I don't have to have anything on my shoulders. And we're going to take some pictures around the Memorial Mall up there, around the Lincoln Memorial and all that stuff, for both his website and for ours. And from that point, my beautiful wife Cody is going to drive me down to Virginia Beach, and we have another little thing going on like this at a Hooters down there, and we're going to. On the 20th, I'm going to walk down to the beach and put my feet in the water, and turn around, put my shoes on, and walk 3,500 miles to Long Beach, California. On all the tables, there's a white sheet of paper. If I didn't cover something up here, come and ask me about it. But there's an answer, an FAQ on the back that has a bunch of good information on it, and on the front it has my story a little bit there. On the very bottom of the white one, it has all of my social media, so you can follow me on Twitter, which I don't know how to use, and Instagram, which I don't know how to use. But our Facebook page, I'm going to live feed every day that I have signal. Of course, out in the corn country, I might not be able to for a few days.
Watch it.
Yeah, it reminds me of the joke, what did the one corn cob text to the other corn cob? Nothing, because there's no fucking signal out there. Anyway, I really appreciate, I had a list of everybody that's directly helped out, and Crystal and Brian, I'm sorry I don't remember your last name, you're just the coolest 2 people I've met lately. But Crystal and Brian, they were kind of the in-between for us in the bar here to get all this stuff rolling. They donated some stuff and kind of kicked me and Cody in the butt to actually do it. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that donated stuff for the silent auction. There's cupcakes over there, but if you don't buy them and eat them, I'm going to, and I'm diabetic. So you guys don't want to kill this walk before it starts, so please go buy those cupcakes. They're gourmet. I know the woman that makes them. They're absolutely awesome. Check out the the auction stuff. We got some cool stuff over there, and there's donation buckets going all over the place. I'll force my kids to walk around with them. Is that a little boy? Yes. Yes. That's about it. Again, thanks a lot. I really, really appreciate all the support. It's a lot more than I ever thought I was going to get. I've got a poem, if you guys don't mind me reading it.
Yeah.
I wrote this a while back, but it's exactly, a lot of people, they hear PTSD, they hear nightmares, they hear hypervigilance, but PTSD is a little bit different for everybody, and this poem is called PTSD for Me. So I'd like to read it out to you. I'm going to read it because I can't memorize shit. PTSD for me. It's the feeling of returning home to the home I grew up in and realizing it's a lot smaller than I remember. It's bad poetry. It's the view of my perfect life, beautiful wife, and awesome kids through prison bars. It's the devil hiding behind me and all his demons lurking in the shadows. It's a void where God should be. It's the tap, tap, tap of a red woodpecker sitting on my shoulder, drilling its razor-sharp beak into my skull while I'm trying to work, play, love, sleep, and live. It's a cause ribbon I wear with pride and anger. It's a black hat with yellow letters that mean nothing. It's a black hat with yellow letters that means everything. It's the empty spot in my bed where my wife should be instead of on the couch. It's my scarred knuckles, the holes in the walls, and my broken laptop. It's the faces that appear when I close my eyes of all the heroes that will never come home. It's the sweat-soaked sheets of my bed when I wake up. It's a block of ice where my heart should be. It's an egg beater in my brain. It's 100 pounds of excess body fat. It's the look of helplessness on my father's face. It's the knife in my mother's heart. It's the tears streaming down my wife's face right now. It's the fear in my children's eyes. It's my reward, it's my punishment, and it's your pity. But it's my life. Thank you.